We're here at CIS 2014 talking about child internet safety and the importance of teachers, parents and collaboration with industry, producing good content material and having active discussions on how to make sure kids stay safe over the next coming years with gadgets and all the different bits of software they're going to use.
It's been a very busy year in the e-safety policy environment in the UK, both for homes and for schools, and there's going to be a lot of things happening over the next year. So it's a perfect moment to bring different stakeholders together and see, well, what's happened and what is going to happen.
I think parents feel anxious that their children know more about the technology than they do, but they know less about the dangers. So I think it's really important that parents have conversations with their children and maybe a bit of mutual learning so the children understand the dangers and the parents understand the technology.
Our future, our kids' future, is going to be very different in the way that we're using the internet. It's going to be very different in the way how content is being created. That's going to be their reality.
I think it's really important to have events like this, mainly as it gives a chance for all parties involved and all stakeholders to give their opinion to each other. I think quite often people have their views and might share it within their industry, their education system, their online community, but bringing all parties to talk together is the way that I think we can truly move forward.
They've never had to sit in the cold hallway waiting for their sister to get off the phone. I remember those days, and some of you clearly do. Anybody remember vinyl? You know? Our children don't have to wait to get home to actually hear the music. A very different world to the one that I grew up in. So today we'll be exploring the challenges being faced in the cyber classroom. It's clear there's no formal training or a lack of formal training going into teaching about those ethics and morals for kids, whereas on the computing side it's a very curriculum subject.
The amount of information and data about our life, about our kids, about our environment will always be available, searchable, accessible, shared, and there's a lot of business models that are based on this type of data. It's in our hands to decide how this data will be treated.
Teachers and parents and people who work with youth, I would like them to kind of take that message that we're actually doing really well, and when I compare our findings across Europe, I see how well they are doing by comparison, but that doesn't mean it's job done, time to be complacent and sit back.
But we know that people's behaviour is changing. The former DPP said that he thought the increase in domestic violence among teenagers was in part being driven by the images that they were seeing online. So I think this is a matter of huge importance, and the public think it's a matter of huge importance.
People have done an awful lot of work and we've made a huge amount of progress. So I think that this year it was more about reporting on all the amazing work that's happening as opposed to last year where people were identifying many, many more gaps. So we're a long way further on the journey.
So AVG have a number of resources. I mean, aside from the normal security software of antivirus, which we give away for free for both adults and children, we have things like Privacy Fix that allows a child to understand what their privacy settings are in a nice, easy to use dashboard so they can secure themselves in that way. But we also have Magda & Mo, which we've just released here at CIS. Magda & Mo is a resource that teachers and parents can use to actually have the discussion about e-safety with children at a much, much younger age in a much nicer language designed for that level of children.